How's it going, everyone? It's your boy DJ W.B.K, and we're going to do a sidechain tutorial today. And the biggest thing is with hip-hop. The hardest part with sidechain with hip-hop is it's not easy like house music where it's 4 on the floor. 1, 2, 3, 4, quarter note. You know, the kicks are kind of sporadic, so we're not going to be able to use volume shaper, kickstart, and some of those other plugins that you've heard of with EDM music. We're going to get back in with the compressors, like the analog way in the digital platform. So let's start off. We're here in Logic. We're going to open up a new drummer. Hit create. Doesn't matter which genre you use. And we're going to go here. We're going to go down to the mid left where it says sends. We're going to hit bus, whichever one you want. We're going to do bus 246. Either way, we're going to hit this little icon here. I don't know what DAW you're using, but you want to be able to put this signal up to 0.0. Then you want to go to your mixer, and Logic go here, and at the input, there's a bus. Oh, bus 246. We'll right click that. Click left, click no input. Perfect. So now it's not going to turn up the gain on the kick on this little drum sample. We just want a signal sending to that bus, and we want to link the bass line that we're going to show you here soon. I'm going to show you here soon the bass line, and we'll just do something simple for now. Okay, we'll do a nice low E note here. Perfect. We want that bass to kind of pull back every time the kick hits. We want to give some room for the speakers to breathe. We want that kick to knock first, right? So we're gonna go to the bass line. We want to go into compressor. We want to match with the bus that we're using on the kick. So we go to the kick. We're using bus 246. So up here in sidechain, we're gonna go to bus 246. Now the best thing we want to do right here now is turn the gain down just a little bit. I already did. I have it -8. It's going to start off at 0. Basically what happens is we're going to go click on this threshold over here. We're going to pull that threshold back. As we lower that, it's going to raise the output gain. And what we're looking for is we're looking for this needle in this graphic to attenuate. It's going to bounce back every time the kick hits. It's pulling back. And what it's saying is it's showing how much is being attenuated from the bass line every time the kick hits. We want the bass to come back. Let that speaker breathe. Let it punch. And then the bass comes back in, right after that kick. It's not enough for the ears to hear, but it's enough for us to hear the difference with the speakers. And it just sounds really clean. So I'm going to put the threshold back to where I had. Let's go into default settings. I'm going to hit play, and we're going to go. We're going to pull that threshold down, pull it back, right in between the -5 and the -10. I'll pull it back a little more, right about there. That's perfect. And what that allows the bass to kind of pull back, give that kick. The head start to the speaker. It really cleans up the mix. You do the same thing with snares, all right? I'll show you. It's basically the same thing. Let me undelete the. Let's do some vocals. I like vocals. We all like vocals, right? Let's go to this little loop thing over here. It kind of looks like a camera roll here on Logic. We're gonna click on the instrument. I click vocals, and we're at 70 BPM. So let's click on tempo. Find something similar here. I'm going to use this sample here. I'm going to pull it down my volume, it's all loud. Sounds pretty good. Nice. I mean, this vocal's already chopped up pretty good as a sample, but we're going to show you how we do it with the snare. We want the snare to poke through, that when we do our mix downs and stuff, we're just like, we want the snare to poke through, right? And we turn it up, it gets too loud. We turn it down, it's too low. We get in the middle and we're just like, but it's not there. And so the whole point of sidechaining is letting certain sounds kind of pull back for just, a little bit for that snare to poke through. Now we got the kick and the bass is stopping for a little bit. Now we're gonna have these vocals stop for a little bit, let that snare poke through. So the kick is already set to 246. We'll take this vocal, we're gonna throw a compressor on it. Compressor likes to compress everything together. It's really nice. It can be a little crazy if you do too much, but we're gonna do the same thing. 246, right? We're gonna bring down the gain a little bit to like -8. It's gonna be too loud when I start pulling the threshold down. It's gonna get louder. So I turn it down, kind of figure out where I want it to sound. When I hit play, pull it back. Right about there. Sounds good. So, right about the -5. You don't have to go too crazy with it. You can hear everything very well. And so, that's pretty much the gist of sidechaining, okay? So the whole thing is, all these frequencies, they all need their turn on the speaker, right? And this is just the first step, is sidechaining. Be able to know whose turn it is and let them have it when they need it. And then, of course, the ears can't hear it, but speakers, it makes a big difference in the long run. I'll be doing some more tutorials in the long run. We'll be doing like panning, panning things out, making more stereo imaging, things like that. There's tons of stuff. Reverbs, automations, chopped and screwed stuff, making remixes, lining up vocals with original beats, finding the tempo. There's so many things. Any questions you have, just ask me. I've been doing this for a long time. I just want to help everyone out. Please help me out. The channel just opened up here in the quarantine. So while y'all are home trying to figure things out, let me know what you want and I'll give it to you. It's your boy W.B.K. and I'm out.